Maxa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here right next to a very sunny and bright San Diego landings in Point Loma. And we have the man, Hoose is here. Bob Hoose from Costa is here. We're going to be having a great time talking Costa sunglasses, fishing, and a lot of fun. You stay tuned. This is Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and 97.3 The Fan and YouTube and Facebook Live. Hey, San Diego, the Ford Get Holiday Ready sales event is going on now at your San Diego County Ford dealers. The biggest deals of the year to finish 2024, featuring America's best-selling truck, Ford F-Series, leading for 47 straight years. Or check out the full lineup of versatile Ford SUVs, including Bronco or Bronco Sport. Don't wait. Come take a test drive today. Get holiday ready only at your local San Diego County Ford dealers. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of Southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
Hey guys, this is Ali Husseini from Local Knowledge and BD Outdoors. I'm a lucky guy in so many ways, and one thing I'm really grateful for is my little brother, Yosef. Yosef is not only a fellow angler, but he's also an amazing realtor that specializes in helping us in the angling community find the ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free no-obligation evaluation online now by typing in SoCalHomeEval.com. That's SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get a home value report immediately sent to your email. No pressure, no obligations, just answers. Yosef is the SoCal real estate go-to guy. He's helped me and so many of my fellow fishing buddies find what they're looking for in a home. He knows anglers and he understands the real estate market. Not only that, but he's also a really nice guy. How many brothers can you say that about? Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and find out where you stand in the real estate market, and then get with Yosef and find your ultimate home. Again, go to SoCalHomeEval.com and we'll see you on the water.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. A few more buttons to push.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked. This is my first show being back on the fan, and I'm so pumped about it.
Yeah,
man. This was
for sure.
really good. You guys sounded great last weekend.
Thank you very much.
It was really fun.
And you had a good vacation?
We had a great one, man. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really fun. Went to Tennessee and visited some family. Had never been back to that part of the country before, and it's all Nashville and all the history and stuff that's back there. Was awesome. It was a really good trip.
That's cool. And you're now in command of the control board here because I'm taking a little break here in a couple weeks, and Ricky's training on all the new gears.
Yes, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube Live, we've switched seats, and there's a whole lot more buttons on this side.
A lot more
Usually I'm
buttons.
just on my phone looking at text, reading all the fun, talking about CalStar numbers, and there's a whole lot more on this end of it.
Yeah, for sure. And then Jeff's on the board over at the fan. We appreciate him. And Bob Hoose. Good morning.
Good morning. It looks like a rave party in here with a
DJ.
DJ.
Totally.
Yeah, but we don't have like a
Yeah,
we need some turntables
We
here.
still have the old card table.
Maybe we get Jamie from Seasons up in here. He can get us.
That's
dialed.
right.
Yeah.
He's rocking the tunes.
That's right. So what's been going on with Costas, man? You came bearing gift. Look at these things.
Yeah,
Crazy.
we're gonna have a couple winners at the end of the show. A caller and a text.
A caller and a texter.
And what I brought for these winners is I have the new Broadbill 2 with gold mirror. That's
this
the
gold
new
mirrors. Check these out.
Broadbill 2.
You're looking at YouTube and Facebook. It's that's the new gold mirror, and they're super. Describe the gold mirror lens because it's very different.
Yeah, gold mirror has a rose base, and it's one level of like light down from green mirror. So it's going to allow a lot more light in than the green mirror.
Yes.
And
you could probably put them on a lot earlier in the morning.
Good for overcast days. When we have that, overcast condition in the spring, a lot of guys were asking about the gold. And, California, we don't have bluebird days,
right?
Through the whole spring, summer, and guys are it's almost like they're coming on the boat with a quiver now. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like every lens color has an application. And just the last couple seasons on my boat, my friends get on and they have like 2 or 3 pairs on the galley table.
Legit,
I'm like, nice. You guys are rocking. And they're like, oh, it's overcast. I'm wearing gold, or sunrise silver. Oh, the sun's out. I'm wearing this. But yeah, the lens colors really are a trend right now. And anglers love technology.
Yeah.
And they embrace it.
This is a great.
That's Broadbill 2.
Broadbill 2. That's a new one?
That's the new Broadbill. That's
Okay.
Broadbill 2.
I like those, yeah.
And then
They're
check
similar
these
to
out.
Rinconcito.
Yeah, it's almost like in
lifestyle.
between that, in between a Spiro. Like I like them.
Yeah. A little bigger than Rinconcito.
We'll put them on, Pete.
Yeah,
see if they fit. Yeah.
We got Pete in the Sueños earlier.
Yeah,
which,
and
that's not my gear.
see, that looks great on you.
This one's okay. Yeah.
Sueños.
What about you? See, because you've got Sport and Rinconcito on the top there.
No, I wear a Spiro XL. This feels great for
that's
me.
good.
Like this is just
Yeah,
a
that looks
slightly smaller version of a Spiro XL.
So this is Broadbill.
That's Broadbill 2.
Broadbill 2.
I like it.
And this is Sueños. This is our new lifestyle
That
pair.
looks like
That's
you
like
need to be in
coming
the
soon to the decks of the Shogun. Like
oh, every deckhand in
Let me put these on.
No.
What do you
Hey,
think, huh?
don't joke about it. The kids are going crazy on this lug. And
Yeah.
it's got a gray lens, so there's a
That's
Grom
rad.
or a deckhand
So that's
out
a
there
gray
that's
lens,
going to be rocking.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's the gray lens there, which is pretty much my everyday wear. Is like that gray silver mirror. Is that now? What's the difference between gray silver mirror and gray?
So the gray silver mirror and the gray, of course, the gray silver mirror has a mirror outer layer,
Right.
and the gray is
Just straight
gray is good for every day.
Every
I mean, it's a lifestyle lens. It's very it's going to work on so many conditions, and also you're going to see the colors that your natural eye sees. So gray's actually one of our best sellers in the California market. And then you get into the blue mirror, the green mirror, copper silver mirror, gold mirror. And this one, where is it? I just had it. The sunrise silver mirror.
Sunrise silver mirror. That's what you
Pete,
sport a lot.
This is my gift to you because you're going to Patagonia, and when you're fly fishing, the guys are going to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's sunrise silver mirror. That's low light condition.
Yeah.
And I
lens.
love that pair of glasses because Costa's had sunrise yellow for a long time. They were just a little bit funky for me to be wearing like a pair of neon yellow shades.
Right.
But they put that silver mirror film on there. Now it just looks like because I'm a gray silver mirror most of the time.
Right.
But all you see from the outside looking in is that little silver film.
Right.
But what you get to see looking out of the glasses is everything enhanced and bright and shined up. And if you're sight fishing, that's it. I mean, that is the
100%
pair.
overcast days, sight fishing, like Ricky was saying. And what I noticed last year, and we were talking about how people are embracing lens technology, is I probably had a dozen calls from the boats right here,
Yeah.
the captains, not the deckhands that are outside. But if you think about it, the captains are in enclosed wheelhouse.
Sure.
Right.
They have a lot more shade. And when they're pulling up on a school of fish, they're like, Bob, I want a lens for an overcast day. early
Yeah.
morning, late in the day. And we sent them Sunrise Silver Mirror, and it was 100% like, I'm rocking
That's
these.
awesome.
Sunrise Silver is a perfect, like, your next pair.
You just made me smile when you said, you're talking to the guys that are tied up out here. That is the truth. Like, Costa dominates what is on the heads of the guys that drive the boats. And that's no blowing smoke because you're sitting here. Like, I see it every day of my life at the tackle store. When everybody walks in, they virtually all have a pair of Costas on the top of their hat or hanging from a pair of croquis, whatever it is. Like, it's the best advertisement that there is. Those guys are paying with their own money, put up or shut up. And it is what everyone wears down here.
And it's a working relationship with the captains in Costa. When I see like one of those guys on my phone, captain, I instantly get my pad and paper out because they're going to tell you something.
Yeah, totally.
To improve your sunglasses, to improve your product, a trend, what they're out on the water 200 days a year. So when they call, I'm all ears because their input is so critical to see our community grow, the sunglass business grow. They're out there using the product. And another thing I like about these guys down here is when they send a guy off the boat and say, hey, this guy's interested in buying a new pair of sunglasses, they can just walk up to Fisherman's Landing, Seaford, Dana Landing, and walk out the door, and you're in the element.
Yeah, totally.
And you can really see the difference of each lens color because you're outside. And I tell people, like, hey, you're buying sunglasses, don't buy them online. Go to the store, make sure they fit your face, and take them outside.
Important.
Take them outside. And you're looking for a low light lens, well, go to that store early in the morning when it's low light and walk outside and check them out.
We always say the same thing when we're, fitting somebody in with a pair of shades. Like, don't walk out the door, look in the water. Like, you have the advantage of seeing there. Like, and it is crazy the difference between different lens colors, what they do. Like, they all do different things, pros and cons to each. And it's I'm with you. And the fit is everything too. You just can't
gotta have the
online.
fit right. And
So
Sunrise Silver
Mirror. So one thing I noted was is when you're sight fishing, the difference in the lens color is
critical,
ultra important for like I was wearing a pair of Blue Mirror.
It's probably too dark.
I couldn't see.
Yeah, it's too
I
dark.
put on the Green Silver Mirror, way better.
Yeah.
Put on the
all the
gold,
options, gold, green,
and the lighter you went, the better it was.
Yeah.
So that's why this would be such a good choice. But what about bright sunny skies though?
Blue Mirror.
I mean, like for sight fishing.
For sight fishing, it's polarized. And it's going to cut the glare, and you're going to be able to see under the water, see what's out there. Spot a turn, watch your kite. But what you were saying earlier is so true. I'm seeing guys now that I fish with, and they're bringing a backpack full of sunglasses. And
really?
I love it because they're like,
that's like a whole quiver of rods for Ricky,
right? And they're bringing their quiver. And like last year, the kelp patty fishing was so slow, almost non-existent. So we when we were offshore, we stopped. We wouldn't stop on them. We just do a drive-by, and the guys on the bridge would, have their Costas on the different lens colors, and they're like, oh, no one home. Let's keep going. And I was like, yes. Got all the eyeballs out there looking.
Everybody looking.
And
what about when you're looking through a pair of binoculars and then switching to glasses? Is there a particular, you're on your boat, prospector all the time, a 36 Pacific, you're fishing all the time.
Yeah, there's people playing with different lens caps for gyros and binoculars. Right. We're not there yet. But when if you got a guy in the gyros and a couple guys wearing Costas, you're set. You're gonna see stuff close to the boat, stuff behind the boat, underwater, and then the guys in the binoculars or gyros are looking out. It's covered.
That was one of the things I wanted to ask you about. You've been in the SoCal Marlin world for forever, and we do get there's no denying what an important tool a pair of gyros is, multiples of them. It's the reason you see the Lasleys in 5 pairs in the bridge. But, also, and you being a guy that runs, how many fish have you seen from the one guy that doesn't have a pair strapped to his head? He's just got his trusty 580s on.
Yeah.
And hey, man, there's one right there. There's one going down the side of the boat.
Happens
how many fish have you
all
seen
the time
without that?
It happens. You look past them.
Yeah.
They're right next to the boat. Oh, there's a tailor right next to the boat. And
you have 3 guys burning their eyeballs a mile away from you, and there's one sliding down the side of the boat.
When you're marlin fishing, the popularity of fishing ballyhoo, when you found a school of fish, if someone's not looking behind the boat at the spread and has a good pair of sunglasses on, I like green mirror when I'm looking behind the boat. You're gonna miss fish. I mean, they'll come up behind a ballyhoo and shadow it. If you're not seeing it under the water, you're gonna miss that fish.
And up green mirror,
that could be your one fish of the day.
So let me ask you this. Costa makes different types of frames. They make the 580 glass and then the 580 polycarbonate, right?
Polycarbonate and glass. We highly recommend glass for anglers.
Huge,
yeah, it's not going to scratch.
So who wears polycarbonate then?
Mostly guys that are hiking, golf, bicycles, hunting. We sell a lot of
why? Because they can fall or something.
They're light.
They're crazy light. Oh, I mean, it's not like a regular pair of glass lenses is heavy, but polycarbonate is really light,
super light,
super light.
We have over 250 pairs that we have in the store, and I think 240 of them are glass. We have some polycarbonate. It's lesser expensive. It's much lighter weight. There are some things, but the reality is we're fishermen, and you make a cast, the spray comes off your reel. Yeah, no, it's just not. It's not for us.
You can't throw them on this card table without them being scratched. So I highly recommend go with the glass. It's going to cost more, but they're going to last.
Yeah, and then they're not heavy. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Poly's crazy light, but glass isn't heavy.
Yeah. And so that's the difference. But what Ricky was saying, I mean, go with the glass. I mean, it's a good investment. You're going to get a quality lens. It's not going to scratch. And it's just for anglers, 100% glass.
I would say the same thing. If you went everywhere and had a spray bottle and a microfiber cleaning cloth, that'd be fine. But none of us are that guy. We're all fishermen. You make a cast. The guy next to you, makes a cast. A bunch of cloth,
right? Even though we have the blue cloth in the case, I rarely see them.
Oh yeah. We're a lick your finger, wipe your t-shirt.
The crazy thing is, on the 580 glass, you do this.
Yeah.
It doesn't scratch them.
Yeah. If you're organized with your tackle, sunglasses, you'll have we sell the clean kit, the spray,
right,
and the microfiber cloth, and keep one of those in your tackle box. And especially on a long range trip, at the end of the day, get the scales off, and stuff like that.
It works.
Just keep them clean.
I always wonder about the polycarbonate because you always have that option.
If you think about it, you have a 2-speed reel, base price $300. Costa's $240 to $350. You gotta take care of your sunglasses like you would your 2-speed reel.
Right.
I mean, we're not throwing those around. No. Don't throw your
Costas around.
Yeah, for sure. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today. Bob's come bearing gifts.
Boy, you're not kidding. I mean, obviously we mentioned at the beginning of the show there, what an opportunity this is going to be for one lucky caller and one lucky texter. 2 pairs of Costas given away at the end of the show today. And like we mentioned, that brand new Sueños, the brand new style, very, very cool looking frame. And then also that broadbill too, the 2 that we had just mentioned there. We're giving both of those away at the end of the show, and so rad.
And don't forget, on Saturdays, we only have phones the first hour. Mm-hmm. So those of you that call have a really good chance this hour to get through.
Think about that. That's a really good call.
So you have a really good chance to take home a pair of Costas.
Yeah, all text in the second hour, and both phone calls and text in the first hour. Speaking of
Saturday only, of course, now that's our new schedule. On Saturday only, we have we're on the fan from 7 to 8, and then on our app for the full 2 hours, 7 to 9. And then on Sunday, of course, we're on the Fan, 7 to 9 a.m. Mentioned last week, maybe there was a preemption. Nope, no preemption. Tomorrow will be full-time on the Fan tomorrow, 7 to 9 a.m. with phone calls and text, as well as our Let's Talk Hookup app and YouTube and Facebook Live.
That's it. And if you want to get through on the phones, be a part of the show this morning. If you got a question for Hoose, you want to talk fishing, we want to hear from you. Give us a call this morning at 833-288-0973. It feels so good to be back with the Fan. So excited. Again, new phone number if you didn't catch last week's show, 833-288-0973. That's how you reach us on the Fan this morning. Be a part of Let's Talk Hookup. Give us a call. And like you said, man, it's your opportunity to win a brand new pair of Costas. Also, texting the show is so popular. And again, the only way you can get your questions in for the second hour on Saturday only, and texting the show only happens through the Let's Talk Hookup app. If you don't have the app already, so suggest getting it. It's a free download. It's such an easy way to listen to the Let's Talk Hookup stream. And it's the only way that you can text in your questions. Also, make sure you include your contact info when you do. Just a name and a phone number is all we need, just to make sure if you win those brand new pair of Broadbill 2s that we get them to you.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great show this morning. So much to cover, so much to talk about. Boy, if you want to join us, we're looking forward to hearing from you. And when we come back, we're going to be taking those phone calls, reading those texts. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California's sport fishing voice, on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
You know, whether you're going fishing, diving, or just having fun on the water, there's nothing more worth doing than messing around in boats. So let me ask you, are you ready to upgrade your ride? Boat and Motor Mart of Oakland is your exclusive Western U.S. dealer for Steiger Craft. Created for inshore and offshore waters and laid out with the serious fisherman in mind, Steiger Craft has built a solid reputation for performance and excellent rough water handling. If adventure on the water is what you live for, now's the time to invest in your passion. Call Boat and Motor Mart of Oakland at 510-437-1444. To look at the whole fleet of Steiger Craft online, go to steigercraft.com. Now's the time for a rugged, reliable, and fast Steiger Craft from Boat and Motor Mart of Oakland.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know: CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
This year, make reliable boating your resolution and back it with exhilarating deals with a new Yamaha outboard during Yamaha's New Year, New Reliability sales event. From now until March 31st, 2025, purchase a new eligible Yamaha 450 to 30 horsepower outboard and get up to 7 years of coverage protection. Looking to hit the water with lower horsepower? There's a deal for you too. Purchase a new Yamaha 25 to 2.5 horsepower outboard and receive up to $200 in dealer credit toward the purchase of additional goods and services. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit your local Yamaha dealer today. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Offer ends March 31st, 2025, subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models exclude 24-month Yamaha extended service added to a 36 or 60-month factory limited warranty. Choice offered to Florida residents is a 24-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealer for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
Get ready for the most exciting outdoor show of the year, the giant 15th annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Tackle Boat and Travel Show, March 6th to the 9th at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa. Check out hundreds of sport fishing exhibitors, manufacturers, tackle dealers, fishing boats, and fishing resorts taking up all 7 halls at the fairgrounds. 217,000 square feet, plus fantastic seminars and free kids trout pond. Backed by popular demand, the PCS show also has freshwater to cover bass and trout. Learn from some of the top names in the sport fishing industry, from catching giant bluefin, swordfish, calico bass, and more. Take advantage of incredible show specials from major tackle retailers and boat dealers. Talk to the top fishing travel destinations. 4 full days, Thursday, March 6th to Sunday, March 9th. The 15th Annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing, Fishing Tackle, Boat, and Travel Show at the OC Fair and Events Center in Costa Mesa. Don't miss it.
For your next fishing adventure, check Point Loma Sport Fishing. They offer half-day and full-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit PointLomaSportFishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627. Want to go fishing? Point Loma Sport Fishing has you covered.
Let's talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. Talking fun on the fan. Talking with Hoose, little Costa. Today's going to be a great day.
Yeah,
man.
fun to have Hoose in this. It's a great way to start the year with Hoose.
I love coming down here, especially in the winter. We can get fired up for the spring and talk fishing. And
so what have you been doing? You've been fishing? You've been down Baja?
Went down to Cabo. It's tradition. I go down to Cabo for the holidays, get away from the craziness. Yeah, I didn't bring my laptop. I just tuned out and explored, and super fun down there. Always, it was endless summer. We went down there. It was 80 degrees. Water was warm. Fish were biting, and come back to this and saw 43 degrees in the car driving down. I'm like,
today.
what am I going steelhead fishing this morning?
But it'll warm up to 70. So
I learned this last week. This boy here is not built for back east. Like, that is just not a thing. Tennessee was fantastic, and we had the best time. Dude, that was cold like I've never experienced in my life. I just don't travel to that part of the country when it's cold. I was freezing.
Makes it difficult to wear shorts.
Bro.
And
It was so bad.
The thing I like about January, February, there's not much going on local. Rockfish, whitefish, sculpin. So it's a good time to work on your boat, get it all dialed in. And I was just talking to Randy Wood at Blue Water Bait Tanks. And
Randy, our buddy.
We're getting our bait tanks on the Prospector all dialed in. And Randy's the guy. He's like getting us all dialed up. And it's a good break because you got like 3 months to just get your boat dialed in, get your gear dialed in, sunglasses dialed in, and then after the shows we start getting.
So you don't fish a lot in January, February, March?
No, it's like I said, it's a good time to boat projects. We're in show business. I'm driving the van.
You guys aren't lobster fishing guys?
My lobster spot is real close by Pearson's Port. I go in there and I pick out which ones I want, and I stay warm and the boat's clean.
There you go.
But I used to be a savage on that hoop netting thing, and I don't know. It's a young man's game.
It's tough.
When you put in all the work and, the boat's a mess, and, I'll never forget, we were over at Catalina, and we had a little skiff picking up our hoops, and our flashlight went out, and we picked up a hoop, and my buddy, he heard this, clacking sound, and it's like, oh, there's one in there. He stuck his hand in there.
Oh,
no, man scream. Pulled it out. There was a moray eel
on his hand
inside the hoop net, and a lobster, and just a full man scream, and he whipped it off his hand. Blood everywhere, and I'm like, I'm too old for this.
I hate those things, man.
Pearson's Port, Newport.
I like it.
Just you're gonna pay a little bit more, but when you factor it all in, my gosh, when you go out of Newport, sometimes. For a sundowner, there's just light sticks and
everywhere,
traffic, and the commercial guys. It's crazy.
Well, I'm still one of those old guys that likes to do it, but the key is you got to have the ace line.
I was just gonna say,
you have to have the ace hauler, and you have to have people to pull.
I got one still in my garage,
and I just drive the boat.
So what you're saying is you like to drive your boat around at nighttime and then bring lobsters home.
Right.
Got it. Got that vibe.
Enjoy the bay.
Totally.
My next if I need a fishing fix this time of the year, I'll go down to Newport and walk the beach with that gulp sandworm.
Yeah.
Just catch a couple perch, and occasionally there's halibut and yellowfin croaker down there at the river jetties. But or working on your boat, you make a couple casts, see what, walk into your store, see what new baits are hot, and make a couple casts.
You guys had me so fired up listening last week on the app with Captain Al Clowers talking about fishing in the bay in San Diego.
Yeah.
That is
all the different variety.
This is the time for that too. There's really good tides. I think I think that big Spotty Bowl tournament is happening this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, like this is the time to be
Good
fishing the
tides
bay.
this weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right in your
for sure.
backyard.
Totally.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of good. And you have good bay fishing up in Newport too.
Yeah, it's improved. We had a cycle when they were dredging,
Yeah.
and it removed much of the eelgrass, and the fishing got slow.
Oh, okay.
A lot of anytime they're dredging, the
Yeah.
fish are just
We're outta here.
repositioned, scattered. But that's it's been several years since bounced back, and I'm on a channel that's got really good spotted bay bass fishing where I keep my boat.
Nice.
And I see the mafia kids go by, and I have names for every spotty that's living, on the pilings. So I'm like, hey, George is right here.
Get him.
And,
Get him.
oh my gosh, these kids are dialed. I mean, they have the newest, greatest gear. They're on a kayak or a little skiff, and they got all the baits, and
what we're seeing now is like fishing for sure is very cool again. Like it's the
it's
like the thing to do, and like every day, multiple times in the afternoon. We always call them biker gangs. There's like a gang of like 4
Dock
kids
rats.
all on e-bikes that like roll up with their e-bikes and their rod in their backpack, and they come in, they buy some swim baits, and they buy a tailspin, and they get a little bit of this, and then boom, out the door again, and they're gone. Like, it's the range of the
That's so great
shore
to
pounding
see.
kid is like pretty huge.
So
right
great
now.
to
That's
see.
pretty
the
rad.
kids into
I'm
it.
not
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not caught up in that whole community or up to date. So when I'm in a tackle store, I just grab the groms. I'm like, you come over here, pick out what I need, and they go right to it. And I'm like, okay, is this the right stuff? Yep, you're good, Bob.
That's the best move. So many friends will come into the tackle store, that I've made from being on Let's Talk Hookup and ask the same thing. Like, man, I'll tell you what I think, but like, you need to talk to Dylan. Like, you need to talk to this guy right here. Like, this guy fished this morning. Fished this morning. He's going to fish as soon as he's off of work. Like, you need to talk to this guy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, 833-288-0973. Jeff's standing by. One line open there. It's pretty full. I want to make mention before we jump into the phones that thanks to George over at Backbone Broadcast, we're now on TuneIn Radio, which is millions and millions of subscribers on TuneIn. It's an app that you download on your phone, and they have various broadcast venues, but you'll find a Let's Talk Hookup spot. Just when you get to TuneIn Radio, just type in Let's Talk Hookup. We're there.
Sweet.
So you can listen to archives, you can listen to whatever's in there, and then after this weekend we'll be on Spotify. So we're going to be on all the different venues, including, of course, the Let's Talk Hookup app and YouTube and Facebook.
I did an Instagram post for the show this morning to get everyone fired up and listen, and I just forwarded your listen on the app.
Listen
and
on
I
the
just
app.
put it out there.
Yeah.
Everyone
The
said,
app is so
I
great.
got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The app is great because you can do everything. You can call the show, you can text the show, you can listen live, you can listen to the archives, you can listen to the podcast. It's got everything on there, and it's free.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
All right, let's jump into the phones,
You
Rick.
got it, man. How about we started off this morning with Robert? He's called us from Canyon Country. Robert, thanks for getting us started here on the phones on Let's Talk Hookup.
I've been waiting all year for Bob to come on the show. I just want to say what a great guy he is. I got my first pair of Costas last year, and I had problems finding a pair that fit me good. And Bob was just incredible. Text messages, he hooked me up with my local tackle shop, which is Tackle Express in Valencia. And they worked back and forth to find me a pair. I ended up with King Tide 8s. And I just want to say what a great guy he is. Text messages, phone calls, customer service over the top. So I just want to thank you, Bob. The pair fit great, and I've been using them. Just want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That's rad.
I appreciate that. And I remember you well, and we just hit it off. And I want to make sure you were properly outfitted with your new Costas, and look forward to seeing you hopefully at the shows this spring. And again, thank you for the support, and I'm glad it all worked out for you.
So tell us about King Tide, because that's
So
something,
King Tide is a combination.
We hear Ali talk about it here on Let's Talk Hookup, but
King Tide is a combination of 40 plus years of innovation into one sunglass. It's like they told the product development team, make the most badass sunglass you can think of with all the technology at your hands, and that's what it is. And there's two
different sizes.
Yeah, there's an 8 and a 6, and my gosh, I wear the 8, and you've got so many cool features on it. And I mean, as far as like, air ventilation, it's got the side shields, it's got like, if you're sweating, it's got little channels to have the sweat come down, and it's a really cool looking lens or frame.
They like suction cup to your face in terms of like not allowing
adjustable
side
nose
in.
guard. Yeah.
But you would think, well, if something is that, I don't want to use the word tight, but like so like perfect fitting, you feel like, well, then I'm going to fog them up when I'm breathing. But it's not at all, because there's vents everywhere. Like, it is a really, really cool pair of sunglasses.
A lot of our pro bass fishermen are rocking the King Tide, because I mean, their livelihood is being able to sight fish, see fish, underwater, see structure, and they want the best of the best. And combine the King Tide features with a frame or a lens. Like most of the bass guys are green mirror and sunrise silver for bass fishing, and a lot of the inshore guys, like we were talking about the bait guys. I check out all the Groms, and I'm like, oh, I know these kids, what are they wearing? Oh, they're wearing green mirror, But that King Tide, I mean, if you're in the market for the best of the best, that's it. That's like the Talica 50. It's like there's nothing better. It's Talica 50.
You have a great text.
I thought so. Yeah, it's from Darren, and he was texting us from Menifee. It says, good morning, guys. What a great show. Thanks, Pete, Rick, and Bob. Love it. Bob, does Costas make a baseball style frame, like the larger old school Oakley? And also, what lenses would you recommend for a green grass field on a bright blue day? And then lastly, will you guys be at PCS?
Okay, we'll go in order backwards. Yes, we will be at PCS, and that would be an excellent time to come by the booth, and we will fit you with that baseball style. And Fisherman's Landing, you guys are right behind us.
We like share the wall.
So yeah, we're going to have all Ricky's Costa stock in the Costa booth. So come over, check out, get a frame that fits your dome and also looks great, whatever look you're going for. As far as, sporting events, the lens colors, I see mostly sunrise silver mirror on the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah. It's interesting. Occasionally I'll see the gold, but
lighter
colors,
allowing more light in kind of stuff.
I don't play baseball and football years ago, but I'm seeing a lot of guys like, oh yeah, I'm mostly baseball.
Yeah.
Of course you're not going to wear them football, but the baseball guys are like sunrise silver mirror.
Okay.
So, and they want a wrap, they want that wrap. They don't want a lifestyle look.
Now, this is a wrap, right?
That's a wrap.
This is what you would call a wrap. And that
Just
model is
better
what?
coverage.
That model is
That's
what?
Reefed in Pro.
Reefed in Pro.
Yeah, that's what I wear. The thing about Reefed in Pro is I'll be at the show fitting customers, and we're going through several different styles, and we're not getting a fit. And I'm like, try Reefed in Pro. Fit. Yeah. It's one of those
everybody.
styles.
Big head, small head, everything.
It just works.
Yeah.
So many times I've
because you're a small head guy like me.
Well, I got a big head. No. So many times we're just going through the lineup and we can't get it right. It's too loose, too tight.
Yeah.
Reefed in Pro.
But
I'll
literally fit a big head too.
Yeah, I'll literally take them off my head and go, hey, I wear
Try
Reefed
this.
and try it. Boom, works.
Yeah.
So yeah, start if you don't know our brand, start with Reef and Pro, and you
See
can
what
go.
happens. The other one that the Tuna Alley also fits a lot of people.
Tuna
That's another
Alley. A
route.
lot
Yeah.
of the guys,
a
a lot of the old guard is wearing Tuna Alley. Steve Lasley, Randy Wood, a lot of the guys that know our brand like Tuna Alley. But the Tuna Alley Pro is same frame, but you got the adjustable nose guard.
Gotcha.
The one thing that made me think like, man, that's what I love about Costa is just you just kind of glossed over. Oh, we're going through all these frames. There's too light, too loose. That's the beauty of Costa is like, that's the first step is you find the frame that fits you like a glove. Just like Robert in Canyon Country saying, he went through a bunch of them until they found like, okay, this fits me perfect. And if you've just gone from cheap gas station shades to then having a pair of Costas that fits your dome perfect and the right lens for what you do, it's another world. It's just awesome. I love it.
So you have lifestyle or you have like a performance frame Reefed and Pro, and then more the squared up lifestyle would be like Spiro XL. Mm-hmm. And I look at the numbers on your store, your sales, and that Spiro XL. It's like, what's going on down there?
It's because I smile. It's the exact same thing that Hoose was saying. We try to fit a pair of guy, and he doesn't find. I just pull mine off of my hat and say, "Hey, what are these things? Oh yeah, I just want these." Yeah. Hey, we got a whole lot of Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. You stay tuned. Lots more of your phone calls and texts. We got catch reports and more. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California sport fishing voice on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, and Facebook Live at 97.3 The Fan.
Hey everyone, James Holst here with Norsk Lithium, the official battery partner of Let's Talk Hookup. Here at Norsk Lithium, we have two goals that drive who we are and what we do. The first is to make the highest quality, longest lasting lithium batteries available with a complete lineup of batteries that include 12, 24, 36 volt and starting batteries. Second, in addition to offering a 10-year warranty on all Norsk Lithium marine batteries, we provide amazing customer service before and after the sale. Check us out online at norsklithium.com. That's NORSK lithium.com, or call us at 831-232-9063. Or to see Norsk Lithium batteries in person, stop by the Trolling Motor Doctor in Lakewood or Anglers Marine in Anaheim and see why Norsk Lithium batteries should be in your boat.
No matter where the adventure takes you, we've got you powered. Norsk Lithium.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. Spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Hey guys, this is Ali Husseini from Local Knowledge and BD Outdoors. I'm a lucky guy in so many ways, and one thing I'm really grateful for is my little brother, Yosef. Yosef is not only a fellow angler, but he's also an amazing realtor that specializes in helping us in the angling community find the ultimate home. If you own a home, get a free no-obligation evaluation online now by typing in SoCalHomeEval.com. That's SoCalHomeEval.com. All you do is put in your address and you'll get a home value report immediately sent to your email. No pressure, no obligations, just answers. Yosef is the SoCal real estate go-to guy. He's helped me and so many of my fellow fishing buddies find what they're looking for in a home. He knows anglers and he understands the real estate market. Not only that, but he's also a really nice guy. How many brothers can you say that about? Go to SoCalHomeEval.com and find out where you stand in the real estate market, and then get with Yosef and find your ultimate home. Again, go to SoCalHomeEval.com and we'll see you on the water.
Sport fishing, not just for dad anymore, thanks to the Dana Wharf's Kids Club. Dana Wharf Sport Fishing invites all anglers 12 and under to join the Kids Club today. Membership includes over $100 of really cool stuff, like 2 free fishing trips, whale watch trip, as well as a free Dana Wharf Kids Club hat or t-shirt. Log on to the website, danawharf.com, or visit them in Dana Point Harbor, the bass capital of the West, and only minutes from the 5 freeway in Orange County.
Gamakatsu is not just all about hooks. There's so much more, including the new Gamakatsu fillet knives. Once you try one, you'll always want more. The new tools are also very special, including the Gamakatsu braid scissors made with ceramic blades so they'll never rust. Check out the new lineup of shirts and hats, and of course, Gamakatsu fishing pliers and boxes are amazing. Gamakatsu, much more than just the best hooks. Get them at your local tackle shop or at gamakatsu.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, talking fishing, talking fun, and we got the Catch Report coming up. It is time, and it is always sponsored by our great friends at Summit Gasoline. They've got our fishdope.com report this week, and they are at the San Diego Sports Arena. It is the place to fill up your car, your truck, your boat with the lowest in gas and diesel prices. Also, do you know Summit is the place for the lowest prices on ice and snacks for your trip? I love reading this every week. 25 cents for your first 5-pound bag of ice. Let me say that again. 25 cents for your first 5-pound bag of ice, or $3.99 for 25-pounders, as many as you want. That's less than half the price of most of the others. Plus, you get 100 pounds of free ice with a 35-gallon fill. So anytime you're bringing your skiff through, throw 35 gallons in, they give you 100 pounds of free ice. Going to fill your kill bags. They are the spot. They've also got Kirkland products at lower prices than the store that makes them. Dozens of great snacks for just 89 cents and so much more. It's Summit Gasoline, free ice for Let's Talk Hookup listeners, and always the lowest prices at the San Diego Sports Arena. The one thing we don't often mention is how many pumps and pull-throughs they have. It is the easiest place to get through with your skiff on a trailer.
Yes.
I love it. We use them.
It is amazing.
We don't just talk about it. I use them all the time.
Pumps. Yeah, gas and diesel.
And how about 25 cents for a 5-pound bag of ice?
insane.
Yeah, they're the best. No doubt about it. Well, speaking of the best, we got him, our fishdope.com reporter, Captain Mark Wish of Pacific Edge is on the line. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Ricky, Pete, Bob Hoose. Great show, man. You guys are having way too much fun.
Thanks, Mark.
You got it, buddy.
Morning, Mark.
Morning. So kind of a tough start to the new year, man. Our thoughts and prayers are with those fire victims. What an incredible tragedy.
Terrible.
And that same windstorm that fed the fires created some impossible conditions to fish in for most of the week. So as you might expect, not too much new. We do got a break here for a day or maybe two. And I'm sure you guys will be slipping out, checking out some different areas. Remember, guys, though, no cod fishing. That's shut down till April 1st. So as a consequence, I think there's going to be a lot more focus on the local halibut fishing. Like last winter was really good locally once the fish got located. And we'll be keeping you updated when that gets going again. The guy's been looking around and getting one here, one there, but not much of any consequence just yet. Now over at Catalina, it's already been steady for those halibut fishing the sandy bottoms alongside structure and 10 to 40, 50 feet of water there. It's been really productive. Real steady stream of 10 to 20 pounders have been coming for a couple weeks now. So that's always a good fallback position if you're thinking about getting over there looking around for the sea bass. There's just not much on the sea bass scene recently. We had some really big ones a couple weeks back, a couple scores on some really good fish. I think 57 was the big fish, 57 pounds.
Wow.
And that should get going again soon. You know, we're coming up on the moon here. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's got some on the deck right at the moment. And speaking of sea bass, I had a customer in the tackle store the other day for one tip to help him catch a sea bass. Now, that's like an impossible question. But, you know, I remembered back many years ago when I was first learning, and I was on a charter fishing with the real king of Catalina, Alan Watson. And we slid into a little beach toward the end of the day, put the anchor down, started chopping and chumming, started picking the occasional fish. And it was the other guys on the charter that were picking them. I was not doing anything, kind of struggling, not really having the answers because, again, it just kind of started doing this stuff. And Alan, in that quiet way of his, said, just slow down.
I read that in your book, Mark.
I thought I was fishing slow. So what we were doing is fishing squid on live squid on a lead head on this little beach. And, you know, you'd cast it out and you'd let it sink and work it back along the bottom. But the key was to move it slow. If you let it sit, it's going to be bat rays and other kinds of sharks and mud grunts. You can't let it sit. And yet you don't want to be racing it back unless the fish are really aggressive. That's not going to work. There's that just slow. And that little tip that he told me then has caught me a shitload of sea bass in the interim because you just got to just work it slow and patient. And the other thing that I would definitely suggest as a top tip nowadays, do not fish with light tackle if you want to catch a real one. There's so much of that big fish around, you don't know where or when you might hook one. And like back then, I was fishing with a Abu Garcia 6500C and 12 or 15 pound test, and that was okay for the 8 and 12 pounders that we were catching. But for the 50 pounders we got around now, I think
doesn't work for those 50 pounders.
You're
And of
not gonna
course,
get the turn handle one time.
fishdope.com has all the great stuff for you. $30 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup Now. Hookup Now is your $50 code to get your stuff. And Mark, how do we find you?
I can't hardly hear you there, Pete. We're in Huntington Beach. We're on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger by the big Chevron station. Phone number at the stores, 714-840-4262, and the website's PacificEdgeTackle.com.
All right.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. We'll talk to you next Saturday at the new time, which is
Okay, you got it,
7:40.
Pete. We'll see ya.
Appreciate that
Thanks,
very
Mark.
much. And we're waiting for Marcos, but let's jump into the phones,
You
Rick.
got it. Well, the phones are packed, and this time we're going to talk to Aaron calling us from Virginia this morning. Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, good morning, Bob. How you doing, Prospector? Picking me up?
Oh my God. Shaggy, what's going on, bud?
Oh, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. Good, man. Good. I just wanted to give you guys a call, and I wanted to let you know that those Costas that you talked me into, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, they're still working on the East Coast. You know, we're still picking up a lot of cobia sight fishing with those things and a lot of big bull drums. So anyway, they work on the East Coast as well. I wanted to let you know that.
Aaron, that's great. I got your Christmas card. Looks like the family's doing well, and stoked that you're catching some fish back there. You're clearly in Costa country in that neck of the woods.
Aaron definitely wins the prize for the farthest call away for the day anyways, that's for sure.
For sure. Listening
That's
to us on
cool.
the app, on the Let's Talk Hookup app, right, Aaron?
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, Bob, hey, I just wanted your take. You know, I flew out and fished California this September. I think we missed each other out there, but the swordfish this season seemed dramatically different than last year's season as far as the deep drop goes. I just wanted, you know, what's your take on what happened this season that was so different than last season?
Yeah, I think, there was a window like Labor Day weekend, and it seemed like the big school was up there at the Channel Islands, and the marlin were biting at pretty good at Catalina, and I was telling the guys, man, we don't want to miss this, and it looked like the best fin or show was up there, backside of Santa Cruz, Anacapa, through September. And then after the, as well, after the billfish tournaments, we kind of switched gears and we're doing some deep drop fishing, and we just couldn't locate them. Hard to find the good water, and there was a little bit of weather, and what we saw this fall, or at least I did, was the water cooled down really quick. They had, those big fish on the 9 right there on the Moon, end of October. Luke got that big one in California state record. And if you weren't ready to go that week, you missed it, because November, the water cooled down. We had wind events, and we're going to gear up for this season. And Aaron, please come out. Let's go fishing.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call from Virginia, Aaron. Appreciate your call this morning. Let's try and sneak in one more, Rick.
All right. How about we talk to Brian? He's calling us from Westminster this morning. Hey, Brian, welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Brian?
I got a question for Bob. Bob, are you going to have your optometrist out at the PCS show this year? I have a pair of prescription Costas, but I want to pick up another pair and want to see if
yes, we
be out there this year.
Yeah, of course. We're going to have Tom Kritz. He's our RX Costa, for prescription sunglasses. He's going to be right at our booth. We're going to be right behind Fisherman's Landing at PCS. So come on by. I'll get you all set up with Tom, and of course we'll have all the frames to
All
look
the
at.
Sport RX guys will be there.
I think he's bringing. Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
bringing Sport RX, but we can
And
do
if you're in San Diego, Sport RX is in
Sport
San Diego. They're
RX.
great
Yeah,
people.
yeah, they're the best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they do a
it's.
good job.
I send everyone there in San Diego. So
But at the PCS show, you actually have an optometrist.
they'll
there
be
to-
there. Yeah,
to take
Sport
your-
RX will
to
be
do the
with
whole
us.
thing.
Yeah, you can get your prescription right there at the show.
Everybody that needs custom, that's where we send. That's where we always tend to send everybody, and nothing but the best words for
Yeah,
it. Like it's
Thanks for the call.
And should be note that like you can't get a prescription at your local shop. It doesn't work that way. Like you need to.
You gotta
it,
go
it-
to
it is a prescription.
optometrist,
You need a
yeah.
doctor to do it for you.
All right. Well, hey, those of you on the fan, we'll be back on the fan 7 to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. But those of you on the Let's Talk Hookup app or YouTube and Facebook Live, or if you're on the fan, switch to the app or YouTube, Facebook Live. We're coming up back with a full hour of Let's Talk Hookup here. Thanks for listening, and we'll be right back with on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Stay tuned.
It may be winter in Southern California, but those of us who live here know it's a great time of year to go fishing, and certainly not time to put your gear away. This is Ben, and you will see me at my dad's shop, Dana Landing in Mission Bay, the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Food, bait, tackle, beverages, and more. This is the ideal time for bay bass fishing, and I get the inside scoop from Johnny. Heck, he will even rent you one of our killer blue skiffs. This is also a good time to go work on your reels, and Doug is the man for that job. If big largemouth bass are your bag, nothing beats East County Bait and Tackle. They have all the right stuff and live bait for a perfect day on the lake. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle is super cool too for both freshwater and saltwater tackle. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle is on Broadway in Lemon Grove, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Lawn Tramp in Mission Bay. Check danalanding.com for more details.
Hello, this is Captain Mike Totter from Searcher Sport Fishing. Alongside my colleague, Chef Josh Evans, and our dedicated team, we invite you to join us aboard the Searcher. Our fishing trips range from a day and a half to 8 days, available May through November, and include charter options. We're committed to upholding a legacy of top-notch customer service, delicious food, and a friendly and talented crew. Book your fishing adventure online at searchersportfishing.com or call Rachel at 619-226-2403. That's searchersportfishing.com. We look forward to welcoming you aboard.
Rock Cod Rick here to tell you about Parker Boats and the guys at West Coast Marine. By now, you all know my boat partner and I bought a new 25 Parker center console from crew at West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa. We've known for a long time that a Parker was the boat for us. It's a stout workhorse of a boat built to last and get you home when the seas get rough. Parker Boats at the launch ramp, the offshore tuna grounds. You wake up in the morning on an overnight trip, and there they are. Parker Boats of all sizes, fishing in the same areas as the sporties. There's a good reason for it: fishability and seaworthiness. West Coast Marine has several new Parkers in stock and ready for delivery. And they have more on the way. Don't get caught without a reliable boat when fishing is this good. Take it from me, if you're ready for a new Parker at a fair, upfront, and honest deal, you need to see West Coast Marine. Check out the inventory and information at westcoastmarine.com.
Long range fishing, nothing beats Shimano. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fish.
All right, welcome back. Well, first time in the con of the of the new stream, and getting a little used to the technical difficulties. So sorry about the little bit of blank pause there. chum it up to the new guy behind the switches. But
No, it has nothing to do.
no, it's all good. But we're having a great time here. Again, Let's Talk Hookup, and this is my first time doing it live just on the stream here, so certainly excited to do that. And thanks for everybody that's joining us on Facebook and YouTube Live, then also listening on that Let's Talk Hookup app. My first stream-only hour of Let's Talk Hookup, and certainly having a great time. Same deal, man. What a great show we've been having. So stoked to have Bob Hoose from Costa in joining us this morning. We've been having a great time talking glasses, talking fishing, and talking fun. We want to talk to you. Boy, the best way to do it on this second hour is only through the Let's Talk Hookup app. So all of your text questions are how this next hour. We got a bunch of great texts coming through, and we are giving away a killer prize. As we heard for the callers, which were in the first half, we are giving away a brand new pair of the new Sueños glasses from Costa, and it's a brand new pair, very, very young, very cool look. I mean, I like them. I know Pete was joking, but I foresee us doing very well at the tackle store. That's like a very youthful frame that I think we're going to do great with. And then for all the texters from the first hour and the second hour here, a brand new pair of the Broad Bill 2s. So great couple of pair of glasses from Costa. We're so pumped to give those away. Again, if you want to text in your questions for the second hour, the only way to do that is through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download, and it's your shot to text in your questions. Make sure that you include your contact information as well, and that's how we'll get everything to you.
Absolutely, yeah. So great time here, and Bob. So you can sport any lens you want. What lens do you sport?
That's an excellent question.
You're wearing the Sunrise Silver Mirror this morning.
Yeah, no,
which is such awesome. Is that pretty much your go-to?
No, I have a quiver.
Yeah,
Pete. I've got a quiver.
This is Bob Hoose Costa you're talking to here.
So it all depends on the light conditions.
Yeah.
So I bring my quiver out if I'm on. Let's start on the beach. I'm going to, let's say, Blue Water Grill. I'm gonna have some fish tacos. I'm gonna be sporting the Sueños with the gray lens, looking cool. Don't need any performance. Once you get out on the water, mostly I'm a green mirror guy. I like the green mirror when it's sunny or partly cloudy. And then from talking with all the, mostly the sport boat captains there, I'm starting to wear the Sunrise Silver Mirror on low light days, low light conditions, early morning, late in the day. So those three lens colors, the gray on the beach, non-fishing, surfing, diving, whatever. And then I wear green mirror offshore. Green. I go back and forth, green mirror, blue mirror. And then I'm rocking the Sunrise Silver Mirror, low light conditions, or when I'm like really into sight fishing.
Yeah, I really like the blue mirror when I'm in the tropics.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Here, I'm not so much of a fan of the blue mirror, but a lot of people do.
Try our green mirror.
That's what I wear.
Pete's the biggest champion of green mirror.
Green mirror.
Green mirror is perfect for our conditions.
Yeah,
in my opinion. What do you wear in your offshore?
It's very difficult. I'm a 2-glass guy. I wear a gray silver mirror 85% of the time, and I wear Sunrise Silver Mirror the rest of it. So when it's low light conditions, I'm in Sunrise Silver Mirror. Pretty much everything else, I'm a gray silver mirror guy.
Yeah.
Great. What's really fun to do is in the summertime, early in the morning, late in the day, walk the beaches, stocking Corvina with Sunrise Silver Mirror. Oh my gosh, it's like bone fishing.
Yeah,
and that lens, you're walking, it's summertime. There's a bikini, there's a Corvina, and I don't know if they can see your eyes with the Sunrise Silver, but you can literally see those fish underwater.
Dude, it's 8K
underwater
HD TV, man. Like you put those things on, and
it's like everything brightens up.
It's crazy.
So,
but still protects your eyes, right? Because of the polarization.
Exactly. I knew we were on to something when a couple years ago I started getting all these calls from the commercial harpoon boats, and the guy, they call him the striker, the guy out on the pulpit harpooning. And they were wearing Sunrise Silver Mirror when they're out on the pulpit because they can see the fish and that light refraction. But those two colors, Sunrise Silver Mirror, green mirror, blue mirror, and a gray. If I was to have 2 or 3, that would be my choice.
Yeah, for sure. So I have a great text here from Kenny in San Diego, and he writes, "Good morning, guys. Great show. Question for Bob. What would be the glass and finish recommendations for someone who primarily fishes inshore and on the kelp?"
Easy question. Green mirror.
Yeah, I think so too.
Green mirror. Just make sure you get a Costa frame that fits your face. Go with the green mirror glass. And like we were talking about earlier, come down to Fisherman's Landing, get Ricky and try a pair of green mirror on and walk out on the dock and look at the pilings, look underwater. But all the inshore guys are rocking green mirror.
Green mirror.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Green mirror is killer inshore.
Yeah.
I had another great text from our buddy Brad Stiles. Says, "Hey, do me a favor. Ask Hoose, can you get readers in like what styles basically are readers available in? I've seen a few on the website, but I've heard some others that we've been talking about. Interested in getting a pair of the readers."
Yeah, so you go on costasunglasses.com and the style is called C Mates. C, capital C like Charlie, mates. And then it will give you a list of the frames. The ones I occasionally will wear C Mates when I'm like on the deck tying a knot. Tuna Alley is what I wear.
Most popular.
And I go with the 2.5 and like a blue mirror. They also have fish, and I believe Brian, there's like 4 styles that come in the C Mates, and you can get the power from 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, and 3. And if one of those frames fits you and your power, you're golden. You're going to be good.
The thing I liked about those is they did a really good job of like the 4 or 5 pairs of getting a small one, a medium, a large frame. Like they
across the board.
They picked very good, like general fitting, very good glasses. They might, like
it's not
Costa
a big
has
market,
so
but
many
it covers,
frames.
yeah.
Like they obviously don't come in all of them, but yeah, I thought they did a good job. Kind of if you're a small head, big head, somewhere in between guy, they certainly have one for everybody. I like those a bunch. Well, certainly a good text. And Pete, you got another one there?
Yeah, I do. It says, "Morning, guys. Great show. Question for Bob. Is there a pair of sunglasses you recommend for surface iron fishing to see boils on the water better?" And that's from Matt in Apple Valley.
That's
foamers.
That's a
foamer
really
lens?
fun question because I was thinking about that exact like condition or application driving down here. And if you look at the guys that are up on the bow and they're fishing surface iron yellowtail, they're not fan casting all day. Every cast is thought out. Like they want to see a sign before they're going to huck that tatty 45 on a spot of fish. And what I've seen or heard from the deckhands and the captains on the boat is it all goes back to light conditions. Early morning, you want like a gold or a sunrise silver for allow that light to come in, and you're going to be looking for turn birds, color spots, little swirls on the surface. And then as the sun comes out, depending on your preference or what your eyes feel comfortable with, I would go with either a blue or a green mirror for fishing the iron, specifically when you're fishing yellowtail.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a bunch.
But those guys are not casting all day long.
Right.
I mean,
but you're looking. It's a sight fish thing.
It's like
So what about sunrise silver mirror for that?
If it's low light conditions, that's what you want to go.
Yeah.
You're going to bring your quiver on the boat.
Yeah.
You're going to
Well,
start
you gotta
the
have
morning.
more than one pair.
Yeah. You're going to start your morning overcast days, sunrise silver. And then in your backpack, you're either going to have blue mirror, copper silver mirror, green mirror, depending on what you like for the afternoon.
Yeah.
And that way, every cast you make is going to count. You're going to see the spot of fish or the sign, and you're going to huck that jig right on it. So
speaking of surface iron and guys that fish, tomorrow on Let's Talk Hookup, of course, on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan for the full 2 hours. Captains Matt Brala, Captain Gavin Harbor from Captain's Concepts will be here tomorrow morning.
That's going to
So
be
that's
a
gonna
good
be a good
one.
show. So
Yeah.
7 to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So.
Also, two guys that love catching fish on the surface.
Yeah, they do. Well, they just love catching fish.
You're right about that.
Yeah, it's like those guys just catch fish.
No doubt about it.
For sure.
Well, hey, I had another great text coming through from JD in Costa Mesa. Says, "What's up, Bobby? I love my Spiro XL and my Lidos. My Spiros, unfortunately, due to my on my end, have a scratch on the lens. So I've been wearing my Lidos, but I love my Spiros. Does Costa offer lens repair or refurbish? And how do we go about that? What do I do?"
I believe that's JD at JD's Big Game Tackle. And yeah, good morning, JD.
Hey, JD.
That's cool.
Regular listener and a super good guy.
Yeah, morning, JD.
Yeah, he keeps my sanity in the off season with his fish
Exactly.
report. Oh my
Exactly.
gosh. I mean, it's like 30 years of heaven, but
That's also how I keep track of what all you guys do up to the north. You know what I mean? The SoCal Marlin fleet just about doesn't exist anymore. So like
That's
the only way
the
to
Bible.
the only way to keep track is on JD's website.
JD.
And what is JD's website?
It's JD'sBigGameTackle.com, and then you click fish reports.
Okay.
And he's literally the best in the business. Keeps us in the loop.
Keeps on. He gets all the information.
Yeah,
no
all
doubt
the
about it.
info, and he's got the right stuff for SoCal. I mean, you can go in there from Bay Bass to Broadville. He's got you covered. I'm gonna stop and see him next week. I take all my reels, get reel service. But back to the question, and for all the listeners, if you have a warranty issue, a scratch on your lens, the rubber's coming off the frame, etc., you go on to CostaSunglasses.com, go down to the bottom, you'll see warranty repair. Click that. It's going to create a ticket, and you're going to fill out all the information. If it's a crack or a scratch on the lens, you're going to take a photo of it, download it on the form, and then it will print you a shipping label. And you put your Costas in the box, shipping label, send it off Foothill Ranch. They're going to call you and go, okay, we got them. You're good to go.
It's
Really?
crazy easy.
How fast does it turn around?
Usually like summertime, I've seen it like this time of the year, a week, summertime, 2 weeks.
Okay.
But
That's pretty good.
I like the form, it prints out the form, where do I ship it? Boom, prints out the shipping label, sends
And
it.
what's it cost?
If it's under warranty, there's no charge.
And what is the warranty?
And it's for like on.
It's most things. It's
Most-
most
Is it
things.
most-
Like we all know, like a cracked lens is not going to be from you know what I mean? Like you dropped it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
That's not going to be
But it's
warranted.
crazy what they do cover.
Yeah.
Like,
So what years ago before the Pro Series came out, we would glue the rubber, the rubber edge to the leg of the sunglass. And a lot of times between heat, salt, sunscreen, it would separate. And when we came out with the Pro Series, we injection mold the rubber into the frame. So we don't have that problem anymore. But if the hinge breaks, the nose guard, comes apart, you're under warranty. Send it in, they'll take care of you. JD, I'll see you next week. I got a boatload of reels for you to work on, and I'll get you all dialed in on your Costas.
Great. All right. Well, hey, I have a great text here. So, and it's from John in Whittier. It says, "Good morning, everybody. This is a super interesting show. I never knew there was so much about eyewear from out on the water," which is true. I mean, we talk about this and you think, oh, what are we going to talk about sunglasses for
It's
2
a
hours,
quiver.
right? It is
Totally.
like, it is a big, important thing for anglers to have proper eyewear. Can you talk about the durability of the mirrored lens for somebody who is kind of a hack like myself and tends
I
to
love
scratch up sunglasses?
You're me, buddy.
Well,
Me too.
Yeah, let's do a little test. Here is a card key, right?
Yeah, look at if you see the camera
here's
there.
the card key. This is Sunrise Silver Mirror glass.
And you're using your key and it's not
Key,
scratching.
nothing.
That's
These
glass.
are all glass.
Yeah.
These are going to be the winners. Look.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Not-
You
wild.
won't see a
dude.
mark.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
Here's a card key.
Yeah.
Yeah. So durability on glass, you're covered.
It's crazy.
You're covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. But polycarbonate.
Polycarbonate. We'd have
Not for somebody like
we
like
would
you,
have shavings
John.
on the table.
Yeah.
I can tell you, John, I'm a guy who shouldn't. Don't do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing. I wear a ball cap most of the time, and I wear my Costas on top of my hat. And it just happens. You turn too fast one way, you take your hat off to scratch the back of your neck, and boom, my glasses hit the ground all the time. And they're fine. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how durable they are. Like, they should have had problems a lot of times and just don't, man. I love them.
And to help that caller out even more, there's no difference between the gray lens and the mirror, the non-mirror and the mirror. There's no difference in durability. It's gonna scratch resistant.
I love it. Right. Hey, another great text. Good morning, guys. With so many different colors that we've been talking about all morning, Bob, can you recommend me my good initial starter pair? I'm ready to get my first pair of Costas.
So that question comes up quite often, and I always ask at the shows specifically. I always ask the customer, do you fish on a sport boat or a friend's boat, or are you running your own boat? Do you own a private boat? Do you own a kayak, a skiff, whatnot? So if your job is to find the fish, you're running the boat, I recommend going with like one of the variations of blue, green, copper, silver mirror, gold mirror, depending on what style you like, what kind of fishing do you do. If you are not running your boat and you're not responsible for seeing those signs of fish, stopping the boat, a perfect starter lens is gray. And at the shows, I would say 50% of our sales are gray. And
50%.
50%. But what's funny is that was like in the beginning. Now people are they're building their quiver. So they start with gray, and now they're like, hey, I need a second pair. I want green mirror or blue mirror. Oh, I want a third pair. Oh, I want gold. So it's all about, getting your first pair. If you want the basic all-around polarized gray glass, you're good.
Yeah.
The colors are going to be the same that your eye sees.
Yeah.
And then when you mix in the lens colors, it starts popping the colors. So go with gray as a start.
Yeah. And that's kind of my everyday, and yours too.
That's what I wear.
My everyday drive, walk around, everything is gray.
That's what I wear when I'm
gray
fishing. I love them.
I'm going to show you guys.
Now, what's the difference between?
This is Lido.
That's Lido in
Lido
gray.
Yeah, this is my everyday.
So, and the difference between what's the difference in the color between gray and gray silver mirror? It's just
the silver mirror on the.
But is it darker?
There you go. So so I wear a gray silver mirror.
Yeah, it's gonna. That mirror's gonna reflect and cut the glare much more than just
straight gray.
Yeah.
But is it darker or no?
Yeah.
It is dark. The silver
mirror is going to eliminate more of the glare than just a gray lens.
Yeah.
But these are the same.
It's got hold it up to the camera there for those watching on.
This is gray silver mirror, and then this is gray.
Straight gray.
Yeah. These are my everyday. This is what I'm,
Those are the ones you left here for like 3 months.
Yeah. I got glasses all over the
they're
world.
everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you always know you're invited back.
You know what I want to do though? We need the lady anglers on the phone.
Yeah, totally.
Ladies, wake up, call in. We have put so much work into the ladies' styles.
Yeah.
And we're listening to them, all the hardcore fishing chicks. We're like, hey, we want your feedback. What kind of frame? And we have listened and built and developed and supporting. Call the show, text the show.
Yeah,
let's hear
text us
from you
on this hour. Yeah. So Bob, let me ask you. You talk about fishing. Costa's not just for fishing.
On the water. Yeah. Any activity on the water. Yeah. That waterman person. I'm an example of the perfect Costa customer. I like to surf. I like to fish. I like to dive. I love being on the water. I love being, on the water, warm out. I don't like that rainy, cold steelhead fishing that I experienced this morning walking up the stairs. I like on the water. We're on the water activity. Yeah. So yeah, and we're in a lot of surf shops now, and it's mostly lifestyle frames like Lido, Rincon, Spiro XL, Sueños.
So wait a minute.
Surfers don't need the performance that the anglers need.
So wait a minute though. What about skiing, snowboarding in the mountains?
Not our deal.
It's not.
Well, it's not our market, but
I mean, I've worn Costas when I'm on the slopes.
Oh yeah, when I go, yeah, I probably go half a dozen times up to Big Bear, Mammoth, Trout Opener if it's still snowing, we'll go board. But I wear Blue Mirror. Whatever
the dark is.
Yeah.
Because here Jason from San Diego has a question. Good morning, everybody. Great show. Bob, does Costa make goggles for snowboarding? And what glasses do you recommend if it's raining?
Okay, the best goggles on the market are Oakley. Yeah. They're the Lens Factory, Luxottica, over in Milan. They also make
that's a sister company,
parent
of Costa.
company.
Parent company.
They're the manufacturer over in Milan, Italy, and they make the best freaking goggles for skiing. If you're a boarder skier and you're in the market for goggles, start at Oakley. As far as raining and sunglasses, I don't know. I guess you'd have to use your hands as windshield wiper.
Well, I
that would
think
be a low light condition. It would be sunrise
silver mirror.
Yeah, sunrise silver mirror. If it's raining out, there's not a lot of light. And that would be, the steelhead guys up in Washington, Oregon, they're sunrise silver mirror.
Yeah,
it's probably our best.
Of course,
seller.
that's icicles. Off their
I hate
glasses.
that.
So Dallas just texted in because Hoose was asking about lady shades. She says for her Costa fashion, she likes Bimini. Function, she likes Sullivan. Those are her two favorite Costas.
Sullivan is like that unisex brand.
Yeah.
A lot of guys like Matt Barlow, captain on the Limitless. I'm like, Matt, I'm fishing your boat. We got a charter. I'm gonna bring you down a gift. Sullivan.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
I know one thing that Dal always talks about too is like the thing that she likes so much about Costa's lady frames is when you made ladies glasses, you didn't just take regular glasses and make them hot pink. She said that always drives you crazy. They're like hardcore fishing glasses in appropriate frames, but that fit right. And so she said Sullivan over everything. She sent me again.
Yeah. If you're going for style, if the ladies are looking for style on the water, Noosa is a good one. Noosa,
N-U-S-A.
N-U-S-A. So my younger sister, Carrie Blower, was bugging me for years about, Bob, women want a bigger lens, a bigger frame. And she got the fish bug later in life, and now she's just obsessed. We got her first marlin for her last year.
Right.
Yeah, on my dad's boat, Escapada. Congrats. But anyway, she's bugging us and finally called the product development guys. And I'm like, I can't take this anymore. We need a bigger lens. And Noosa.
That's cool.
Gave it to her. She's like, perfect.
This is my pair.
Big look and everything.
That's cool.
You have a good one, huh?
I do. And this is somebody that's going to be very close to Hoose's heart. Says, good morning, gents. I love Costa glasses. Between me and the family, I have 7 pairs.
Wow.
But as my eyes change, I'm curious about prescription lenses going forward. Can prescription lenses be added to my existing frames? That's from Rich in Oceanside.
That's a two-part question. You first got to go to an optometrist that's a Costa authorized dealer. If you're down in San Diego, the Sport RX is a great place to start. And depending on
there's a guy that actually Tom sent me to, if you're down in San Diego, Midway Optometrist.
Yeah, I've heard of
and that guy's great. He's right on Rosecrans, and he's a fisherman too, which is cool. Midway Optometric, and they work closely with Sport RX. You go get your prescription done by him, or you might have your prescription
and
already.
They will tell you what frames, depending on the base, which is the wrap, if it will work for your prescription.
For particular one.
Yeah. So
then you go to Sport RX.
You got to get your prescription first, then work with your authorized optometrist that carries Costa, and they will tell you what frames will work for your prescription.
That particular one.
I know
So
it's a
there's
pretty-
other than Sport RX, there are other optometrists
Oh,
that
they're
work
all
with
up
Costa.
and down the coast.
Okay, all right.
You can actually go on our website and it'll say find a optometrist.
Okay.
And boom, what city you put in your zip code, go here.
There's a ton of frames that offer prescription lenses to be put into them. I think it's just the real extreme wraparound. Like when you get a lot of
Right.
curving of the lens, those are the
I had
the
a-
very few that just can't.
We
have
had
it.
a Steve Carson prescription. And they were like, oh my gosh, this guy, it's not going to work. Except for like, I think he's Tuna Alley now.
There you go. Well, hey, if you're gonna have one pair, that's a good one to have. I love Tuna Alley. That's perfect.
Yeah, I have a good text here, and it's from Dave in Los Angeles. A good, kind of a funny question here. Quick question. Not sure if it's covered this yet, but who comes up with the cool hip names of the frames?
Oh, that's so great. So every year we do a frame naming contest.
Oh,
and the
really?
whole marketing team and product development team gets
kidding.
to submit their names. And it's challenging because you got to Google the name and see if it's not trademarked or used by someone else. And it's always a big competition. And I've been trying for years to get Prospector, the name of the boat.
Yeah.
But it's taken.
No.
Yeah, it's taken by another sunglass company out in the Midwest. And I might have to buy that out. But anyways, it's a lot of fun. We have a contest and everyone.
And everybody submits their names.
Everyone drinks
Do you
margaritas.
Do you win something if they use your name?
Yeah. There was like $300.
Hey, all
Yeah,
right.
$300.
Well, let me know when the Codzillas are coming out next.
Godzilla.
Oh, see, there's your next name.
There you go.
Hey, want to remind you this portion of the show is sponsored by our great friends, the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, where you get the premier processing experience. Check out the new, easier online system to book your processing for your long-range trips. With more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity, the finest customer service. Stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com and be sure you make that reservation today.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of fish, there's only one place, especially this time of the year, where it's always wide open, and that is Point Loma Seafoods, right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma. This time of the year, you can get such an array of fresh fish in there. Fresh is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they do have some frozen too, but their frozen is almost as good. And the other thing too, lunch, dinner at Point Loma Seafoods, the best sushi in town. It's pretty phenomenal.
We're a once a week stop, man. I always say the same thing. The thing that nobody seems to talk about from Point Loma Seafoods, and I think they have the best in town, are their fish tacos and shrimp tacos. They're
no doubt.
so good.
Making me hungry.
Homemade
Really.
tortillas,
crab
it's
sandwich.
The crab sandwich is your deal. I love
Dungeness
that.
crab.
And
Yeah.
going back all the way to the opposite, like the single most basic thing that you could get at any cafe or any diner is a regular tuna sandwich. No one beats
No.
the Mrs. Kelly's famous tuna
Oh,
sandwich.
yeah. On that
Old-
fresh sourdough bread.
Old school tuna sandwich from Point Loma Seafoods I'll put it against anything.
Yeah.
So good.
And then the ceviche, you can take the tuna salad home with their fresh chips and have a party.
That's a staple on our skiff. When we're going fishing, I'm always requested, hey man, go to Point Loma Seafoods the night before and get those little half pints of tuna salad and you eat them with their
Oh.
house-made chips.
Oh, yeah.
Coming home from a successful day with your feet are
Done.
up on the dash and the autopilot's going, cold Pacifico to wash it down.
Dude.
That's
There you
it.
go.
That's
it.
life.
Point Loma Seafoods, right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma. And hey, great stuff here. A lot of great texts, and of course, only on the Let's Talk Hookup can you text us. And Rick, you have a good one. Huh?
Yep. Says, good morning, guys. I'm very interested in Costa sunglasses, and I've been doing quite a bit of research as of late. I'm curious as to what you feel the best lens options are for optimal driving glasses to reduce glare from the road. And also, what is the best Inland Empire vendor that offers a wide variety so I could try the frames on like you guys have been discussing? Thanks for another great show. Dan from Phillips Ranch.
Okay.
Got it. So back to the driving glasses, and this is something we've not been talking about, is the polycarbonate.
Mm-hmm.
A polycarbonate, either gray or the sunrise silver mirror for morning.
Just
A lot of
light because of the lightweightness.
Yeah. They're
And as long
light.
as you don't bang them around.
Yeah, you're sitting in a car.
Yeah.
You're not on a boat. And is
Like I wear the polycarbonates when I'm riding my bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super lightweight.
Or
Yeah.
driving. You
Yeah.
know, if you're driving a lot, but I just wear my Lidos with gray.
Yeah.
For driving.
Yeah.
On the way home.
And a
today.
dealer inland, Turner's Outdoorsman?
Turner's
Yeah,
or
Turner's Outdoorsman.
Bass Pro.
Okay.
It's got that
they've got a
sunglass
big case,
hut
too.
within Bass Pro, and we're part of. We've got Costa in the
Costa's
sunglass hut.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And come to the PCS
Turner's.
show and come see the guys. Yeah.
That would be the best because I mean.
So when somebody buys a pair at the PCS show, are you going to take them over to Fisherman's Landing or one of the
They're
other
right
vendors?
behind us.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So you're
literally-
actually going to buy the pair from Fisherman's Landing.
Yeah.
And,
we have.
but you can go try them at the Costa booth.
Yeah. So we have Fisherman's Landing's Costa stock and displays in our booth.
Right.
And we're right behind them.
We share a wall.
Yeah.
Like every pair that we have, which we have over 250 pairs in the
Just
shop,
walk right
and then we
around.
bring in a bunch of additional just for the show. I mean, virtually everything that you would want is at the show. And but more importantly, you can talk to somebody like Hoose or one of the other Costa pros, and they will just help you in your journey of like finding the right frame that fits you right. It's like getting anything like tailor-made clubs
there's gonna
for
be
you.
the
Like
the most SKUs, the most models, styles, and let's not forget about the gift with purchase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we bring in probably 20-30% of the women's styles for that.
Oh, really?
show.
But
Yeah.
if you didn't want to wait till March 6th, you could go to your local Costa shop,
Yeah, it's for
like
him.
Dana Landing, Fisherman's Landing,
C4,
Turner's Outdoorsman,
yeah.
C4 Sport Fishing.
all up and down.
Yeah.
Hogan's,
Yeah.
Dana Wharf Sport Fishing,
Yeah.
Longfin, Melton's. It's
Yeah,
all over.
they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great info. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California sport fishing voice on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of Southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWarmerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777 Tuna for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
Hey anglers, AFCO Pro Captain Ben Florentino of Coastal Charters here. As a full-time guide, I'm on the water all year long. It's my livelihood. Having the right clothing is of the utmost importance to staying warm, dry, cool, and comfortable to endure whatever the Pacific wants to throw at me. Thankfully, I'm equipped with AFCO clothing to keep me dialed season after season. Do yourself a favor and check out AFCO's award-winning gear at a dealer near you, or learn more at AFCO.com.
Time to talk about great gear from Shimano. And, we talk about great sunglasses. Great sunglasses deserve great gear. And I got to tell you, my favorite reel this time of the year, Trinidad A. Love Trinidad A. Whether it be the smaller size, the larger size, but that Trinidad 16 and 20, that is the workhorse.
Never been a better star drag casting reel ever made than Trinidad. From the cold forged frame, which gives you extreme rigidity and all the power and torque, to then the amazing free spool, there is nothing like Trinidad.
Yeah, for sure. It is a workhorse of the Shimano lineup. Of course, don't want to spend the money for Trinidad? You got Torium, right?
Yeah, it's an easy, user-friendly, lesser expensive version. Same gear, same guts, all that same mechanics in a lesser expensive platform.
Power Pro 30 seconds. second seminar. I like catching big fish, and I like smaller reels too. How do I make sure that I have the capacity to land the big one? I fill my reels with Power Pro Max Quattro. It's 25% thinner than standard Power Pro, so you get more line on that small reel. Power Pro has a complete series of highly effective lines, including the brand new Power Pro Depth Hunter Offshore with different colors every 100 feet. Perfect for flatfall fishing. Want to learn more? Check powerpro.com.
This is Bob Hoose at Costa Sunglasses. Visual signs are a critical part of my fishing program, from bay bass to bluefin. I wear Costas to see what's out there. Costas are built with advanced polarization technology with our 580 lens, designed to cut through the sun's glare while providing enhanced color to see more fish. Costa was founded by a group of anglers wanting a high-performance lens for every fishing application. Costa has a West Coast style frame and lens for your adventures. CostaSunglasses.com.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here, picking all the right buttons and switches to move with the, being back here on the stream and having a great time doing it and having a great time.
Great job, right?
It's
Man,
fun.
this is your first time behind all the new gear that we put in here, and I've been training on it. I still don't know it. and you've got it together.
Brandon and I were joking.
George has been a great help.
Brandon and I were joking about it yesterday at the tackle store. And I want to take a second, too, to say what a great job I thought Brandon did the last couple weekends. I know Corey was under the weather. Obviously, this is Corey's spot, but a little under weather.
Yeah.
And Brandon slid through and did a fantastic job. I really enjoyed it. I listened to both shows on the app. But he and I were both joking, like, Brandon's like, what the hell are you going to do? He's like, Pete's been like living that every day for, however long, getting this together. Because are you ready for that? I'm like, I'm not ready at all, but I'm just going to jump in and start pushing buttons and see how it goes. Like, worst case scenario, I know the on air button and I know how to talk about rods and reels. So I figured anything beyond that will be fine.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But having a great time with Bob here this morning. It's been so much fun. Again, in this second hour on Saturday only, it is a text the show thing. So if you got your questions, man, text them through to Let's Talk Hookup app. We've had so many great texts already come through, but still plenty of time for you to get that in.
Yeah, tons of texts. And here's an interesting, off the subject, but it's something that's near and dear to all of our hearts. And Bob, from Alan La Mesa, he says, on previous shows, you discussed jig fishing and 40-pound line. Seems, we were just talking about Trinidad A. Perfect thing for that. Seems like the go-to line to use. My question for yo-yo fishing, what line size do you recommend? Bob?
I'm a 40-pound Berkeley big game with a 65-pound braid backing, and I'll do 100 feet of 40-pound. And then some of the boats down here, they like to see fishing 50, when, it's just yo-yo. And, but for whatever reason, 40 years of yo-yoing, that 40-pound clear big game with braid backing, 65-pound, 6X Junior, scrambled egg. I mean, there's going to be a yellowtail on the end of the line.
Yeah. But so it'd be the same for surface iron or yo-yo.
No, I think yo-yo, you can go a little heavier.
Yeah, heavier. Okay.
40 or 50. I mean, throwing 40 and 50 on a surface iron, you got to have a little bit of talent.
Yeah.
You drop down to 30, 25, you can, reach out, but you start jumping up to 40 and 50, and it's like, you better know what you're doing.
I wish Doug were here right now so we could have the discussion of who's is like my perfect example of the 949er. It's like always more finesse, always lighter line, marlin fishing the same way. Like so you asked San Diego sport boat, you nailed it. For me, surface iron 40, 40, no question. Yo-yo jig, I'm 50 always. You know what 50, I mean? It's the 949er, man. Little more finesse, little lighter line, a little more enjoy the experience.
We can't yet. We've been stuck on 40, 949 for 40 years.
You come down south, it's always 50 pound. Give them the rope.
They want 60 Iser.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking of.
60 Iser.
Doug will be here next Saturday.
Hey, all right.
Here as our guest, so that'll be great.
This is something crazy. I've been getting a lot of calls. There's apparently a lot of anchovy in the receivers right now.
Yeah.
Chovy
And people
everywhere.
are like,
Beautiful
oh
chovy.
my gosh, Bob, I got to learn how to cast an anchovy. And if you think about it, there's an entire 30-year generation that has not learned how to cast an anchovy.
Yeah.
And when I heard and saw this, I was in my garage, winter cleaning. I found a Saber 196A
Oh, boy.
with a Daiwa Sea Lion with 20-pound pink Andy.
That's
I
it.
was like, oh my God.
That's it.
Chovy, is going to fly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm that guy. Like, I mean, I for the entire time that I've been in fishing, there's never been, for my time here, there's never been a time where we didn't have sardine. Now, there was times when an anchovy was a better tool for the job, and I fished plenty of anchovies, but I've never been through the cycle when that was it, when there wasn't a sardine.
And the water's cold this year, cooler at least, and no rain. I've heard that the bait, boats are having a hard time finding the sardine.
Yeah.
And it's straight chovy, and there's going to be a whole generation that doesn't know how to cast a anchovy.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, we talk about this all the time. I mean, you nailed it. The old school Daiwa Sea Line 20SH, a Newell 220 and a new 220. Think about how nice it's going to be when it
With
is
these
albacore and things like that, and you have a Trinidad 14 and an 800 XL8.
Yeah, oh my God.
The gear that we have now is so good. Like,
That thing's going to fly.
I mean, how about fishing with 20-pound Power Pro?
Yeah.
Like your chove is going to swim. It's going to swim.
Yeah.
The old days, you put any more than 25 pound on an anchovy and get a little bit of line in the water, it's just dragging that poor thing down. Like, think about having a Trinidad 12 or 14 full of 20-pound Power Pro and a little short piece of 20-pound Seaguar Gold. Like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still going with my albacore prediction this year, and I think I got a better shot because there's so much chovy around. But even so, if it's only bluefin or only yellowfin, think about how much that bluefin wants to eat a chovy.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
man. But you have to have the right gear for it.
Imagine having a tank
Yeah.
of chovy and a tank of flyers or mackerel. It's going to be
Jeez.
like killing field.
Yeah. but next Saturday, the master tackle man, Doug Kern, will be here. Those will be the questions you can pose to him.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, new chovy rig for sure. I mean, that might be a very good BCS
I
buy.
think people should start thinking about, hey, chovy could be our life this season.
It'll be real interesting to see what becomes the popularity, because so much new tech has come. Will it be Trinidad 12, 14 style round reels you could backpedal and cast all this,
Spinning reels,
or exactly like spinning
Spinning
has
reels.
spinning
Bait-
has
yeah,
changed
Shimano
a whole
bait
new
master.
revelation.
Yeah.
Tranks,
Yeah.
300s and 400s. Like, it'll be very interesting to see what really takes popular. There's lots of really good options. It'll just be interesting to see what becomes the popular.
And you think that you're going to probably sell more CalStar West Coast series, the old glass?
Good possibility.
glass
I mean,
rods?
glass has that very soft,
Yeah.
no bait foot.
949.
Yeah. Yeah, the 949ers are still using it.
949,
Yeah.
they're on it, right? But
Prospector has a lot of CalStar West Coast on there, right?
we're like Fenwick, 10 International 20, Dacron.
What's the main, which is something that I really like, and I would bet a lot of people that don't do it, but know, like, what is your main trolling line size when you're fishing striped marlin in SoCal?
So
because I think it would surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, like you cannot go wrong with 30-pound. 30-pound with 65-pound braid backing and 200 yards.
You're trolling for marlin with 30 pounds.
Or casting on tailors,
Yeah,
feeders.
30 pounds.
Yeah, if you have 30-pound, it's going to stretch. When the fish is jumping, it's going to stretch. I have not seen a guest break off 30-pound in a long time. I mean, you have
to have the drag set right.
Yeah, no, you got to really blow it to
Yeah.
break 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, saying it's so easy.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted you to say, because I would bet that most people that think you're targeting a fish that's upwards of potentially 200 pounds and jumping and rip and drag, like, would think you wouldn't be able to do it
can
like
get
that.
the job done. And I think
That's
the San
949
Diego,
though, right?
Yeah, San Diego guys are like 40, 50 even, but we see mostly 30-pound, and it's sporting. But you've got to do something really stupid to break 30 pounds.
You ask our guests tomorrow, Captain Matt and Captain Gavin, they're going to probably play 60, right?
Yeah. What I like though is if I'm running the boat, the Momoy high vis, the yellow, the orange, because if you're doubled up or you got a fish with a lot of line out, you can see the angle. Totally. A clear line, even with the 580 technology, I'm like, wow, where is that fish? You can't see the line angle. It's kind of like a white braid at night versus a moss green braid at night.
Totally.
Can't see the moss green at night. Same thing during the day. So all our reels have the high vis 30.
Now, when you're casting it like a tailor or when the fish are particularly spooky and difficult, does that make any difference, or is the benefit of having the high vis line so great?
There's no. You have a 15-foot wind-on leader, 80-pound typically, and there's been no change in bites. So, and like you can see exactly where that angler's line is going, or if you're the angler, the high vis, you're like, oh, the fish ate it. My line's going down. Set it up. But high vis is key. When albacore fishing, I have noticed, because your leaders are shorter, and I don't like the high vis line back when the albacore were around. I was like, wait, why aren't we getting bit on that one? Well, maybe it's a 6-foot leader and you got that high vis. I don't know. The albacore have big eyes, and I'm like, I don't like the high vis albacore, but marlin fishing, 15-foot leader, they can't see it.
So, Bob, you're a member of the Tuna Club in Avalon.
Yeah.
Like very prestigious.
Oldest fishing club in the world.
We
got to get you over there.
I've been in there. You took me for a tour once.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It is amazing.
So tell us about being a part of the Tuna Club. What's that like?
It's an amazing club as far as the history and the tradition goes. And the Tuna Club, unlike other fishing clubs, it is a true sporting angling club. It's all about the rules. It's all about the tackle. And we fish in that club with what the founders fished with is Dacron and linen line. And so when you're fishing a Tuna Club tournament, you're fishing with the tackle that the founders fished on. Especially, we have a tournament called the Linen One. It's all linen.
How do you even find linen line anymore? They don't make it.
The Tuna Club makes it.
Oh, the Tuna Club
makes it. Yeah,
we
sourced it over in Ireland.
Yeah,
so all the members.
So you have your own.
Yeah, and on top of that, in the Linen One and most of all the Tuna Club events, you have to have a bamboo rod and a reel pre-1940s.
Wow.
So you are like a savage.
Yeah.
I mean, you are like, and my boat partner, Jack Rainwater, we got a marlin on 9-thread linen in the linen
9-thread linen would
linen
be
line.
Test.
Well, I call it string from grandma's panties. That's how fragile it is. And during the fight, it's
like 12-pound or something.
Well, if you have a good spool,
you
find a good spool. But so first the bamboo rod splintered, and we heard it crack, and we're like, oh my gosh! And those reels pre-1940 are like 2 to 1.
Oh my god!
It's like 2 to 1. And so the bamboo splintered the rod, and then the linen started unraveling. And every time that unraveled section would go out, we're like, no! I was pouring olive oil on the reel to kind of smooth things out. Yeah, we got the fish.
You got the fish.
Yeah, and we're we ended up second high boat, and but what an experience. I mean, it was really cool. But back there's 190 anglers that are members that are in the Tuna Club, and man, some of the greatest friendships.
That's right.
They're all they love Tuna Club. They love tuna fishing. They love fishing swords, marlin, sea bass, and it's all 100% sporting. And it's gentlemen.
But you can still fish other ways too. It's just not in the tournament.
You can do what you want, but everyone's legit. You
In the-
know,
in
you
the-
can't
in the
put your
club
rod on the
tournaments.
rail. You
Yeah.
can't have anyone touch your line. Your gear's got to be all, within the rules. And it's all like, it's just, there's no money. We're just doing it for fun.
The thing I love it's like the ultimate respect for the guys that got you there. You know,
Yeah,
it's like the
yeah.
total
And
paying homage to
total
the guys
Zane
that like
Grey
paved the way.
thing,
I
right?
love
A
it.
lot of people don't know this, but it's where the Tuna Club is where they first started fishing bluefin with the kite.
Yeah.
Wow.
And these guys back on the East Coast are claim to fame as the kite. We're like, no. This is like 1898.
Wow.
Farnsworth Bank.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
guys are in a rowboat skipping a flyer with a kite.
100 years ago.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
rad.
Speaking of great clubs, the Anglers Night Out is coming up here this coming week. It's presented by CCA California San Diego chapter, and it's on
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Yeah,
The
16th.
The 16th. Yeah, I was looking at my calendar there, my Bill Varney calendar on the wall there. Anglers Night Out, January 16th. Are you going to be there?
I will be there, and
Are
I'm
you going to be
bringing
there
some
with
Costas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure
You're
I
just
can.
coming for the tequila, though.
Oh, I heard about that place.
Yeah. So that's 4 to 7 p.m. And it's at Calfino Tequila. And they're going to have food by Firehouse Q and Brew Salty Crew Beer, Coronado Brewing Company, and they'll have non-alcoholic beverages. And here's a cool thing. Cinematographer Michael Robbie is going to present Ghosts of the Pacific, a white sea bass story. That's going to be
that
cool.
movie.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Is
yes.
it really good?
It's off the charts.
That's
it's
so cool.
incredible footage of the gray ghost. After that show, I'm like, we're gonna have to go sea bass fishing on Friday. It gets you that fired up.
It does it. Yeah. So it's at Calfino Tequila, which is in Carlsbad.
Yeah.
And for more information, just go to ccacalifornia.org. Check on the events tab. It'll give you all the specifics.
It's gonna be so
Calfino
fun.
Tequila in Carlsbad is. And you'll be there.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm driving
cool. They
down.
have drink specials and all kinds of good
It's
stuff.
gonna be super fun.
Yeah. So for sure. You have a good text, all
I
right?
definitely do. And this one is from Reggie. It says, good morning, Pete, Rick, and Bob. My question is for Bob. Are there any plans for Costa to get into the market of having the Meta smart glasses? It'd be great to have a nice pair of smart glasses that had my Costa polarization technology. From Reggie and Camarillo.
Yeah,
These are the
I've
ones that like
seen
playing music.
Yeah, the
and
Ray-Ban.
connect to your phone and stuff. Yeah.
We are not there yet. We're keeping an eye on the AI, of course, like everyone is, but that's not our market. I've only seen the commercials, but we have a guy, Dave Fried, at product development at Costa, and his team is on it. He is rocking every time, and he's responsible. We got to thank him for bringing these gifts down. He dropped them off at John Muir's house in Newport, drove down there. I called him. I was like, Dave, help me out. So thank you, Dave. But his team, product development, Mike Turner, John Sanchez, they're on it, and they'll be the first. If there's any backbone to this AI meta thing, Dave's team's going to be on it.
You know, you think about like every high-end competitive Marlin team on a big boat is all headsets. And how cool would it be if years down the road, like all that's just on your Costas? You know what I mean? Your communication.
It's
back
kind
and
of
forth,
scary though, because you can tell your sunglasses to record when
Right.
you're out.
Yeah.
But I mean,
like
how wild would
you could
that
be?
be?
I could be talking to you right now and be like, record.
Yeah.
Ricky.
But think about like the high-end Marlin tournament,
Oh,
high-end release
yeah.
tournaments where like everything
Sure.
needs to be recorded. So there's no, like
That's
there's
like-
so much cool stuff in the fishing world. Like, we always get complaints about clickers not being loud enough to go. How would there be if there's a Bluetooth thing? Like, you're bit, you're in the
Yeah.
bridge, BSing with your buds, and
Time will tell.
all kinds of cool
Yeah,
stuff that might be down the road.
I have a good text here, and certainly something that's near to my heart too. Bill in Lucadia says, "Hey Bob, I already have a couple of pairs of Costas for fishing saltwater, but I'm looking for a pair specifically for fishing trout up in the Sierras. Low light conditions such as fishing in the forest. What lens color do you suggest for that application?"
So the pair that I'm holding right now is I'm wearing Reefton Pro Sunrise Silver Mirror.
That's my new pair, by the way.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Patagonia. You're going to Patagonia.
Yeah,
Come
fishing
on.
trout down there.
So you're taking them right off my head.
Yeah,
Here you
yeah.
go.
And I don't
So-
feel bad about it. But thank you, Bob.
But this is
Thanks,
what
that's
I
very nice.
bring. I go up every year to Eastern Sierra Trout Opener, and you're in those canyons or the lake, and there's not a lot of light. And, most of the trout bites are early in the morning, late in the day. If I'm fly fishing, I got to be looking for, spots of fish, pools of slow moving water. I would 100% go with Sunrise Silver Mirror.
And it's still going to protect you from the sunshine and the bright light and such like that.
Yeah. Well, to an extent, if it's a bluebird sunny day, like I'm looking out right now, I'm not going to be wearing Sunrise
So
Silver.
if you're out on Crowley Lake, just stillwater fishing.
Early morning.
No.
Oh, no. If it's overcast.
If
Bluebird
it's
day, though, not so much.
No, not so much. More green mirror or blue mirror.
I've also learned something about your eyes. Blue and green eyes, more sensitive to the sun. So there's several anglers that will wear Sunrise Silver Mirror all day long. Bluebird day.
Okay.
Darker colored eyes, it's like they can handle the light much better than blue and green. So that's just my eyes are super sensitive, but when I'm trout fishing, fly fishing, low light, Sunrise Silver, and then I'll go. My next upgrade would be the gold mirror.
Okay.
Gold mirror is
gold mirror.
Yeah, gold mirror,
which is one of the pairs we're giving away today.
The broadbill
too.
Yeah,
Super
gold
nice.
mirror is the next level up, and that would be like my second choice.
Yeah, for sure. What's the difference between pro and regular on the
So
That's a great question.
Yeah, the pro has all these new features, and this is Reefed in Pro right here. The thing I like about the Pro the best are the adjustable nose piece.
Yeah.
Adjustable nose guard right here. And then the ventilation on the sides. And then also the rubber on the legs of the sunglass is injected molded. It's not glued. So it's not going to come off. But all the Pro series have all these new features.
Yeah,
I
and
like
they have
them.
holes in the frame so you can put
for your lanyards.
lanyard in there.
Retainers.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to remind you this portion of the show is sponsored by Dana Landing on Mission Bay, your one-stop shop for everything you need to go fishing. A complete deli, the beverages, boating supplies, as well as one of San Diego's most complete saltwater tackle shops, and a huge display of Costas as well. Also, check out East County Bait and Tackle and Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle with the best in both freshwater and saltwater tackle, along with live bait. Dana Landing is next to the Dana Lawn Tramp in Mission Bay, and ECBT, they're at the end of the 67 freeway at Mapleview and Lakeside, and Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle on Broadway, Lemon Grove. Check danalanding.com for all that info. When we come back, we're going to find out who's got themselves a brand new pair of coasters. We're giving away 2 pair, one to the callers, one to the texters. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, and Facebook Live.
The lighter the bite and the cleaner the water means one thing. Need a thinner leader, more natural presentations. That's where Seaguar Gold Label leader material shines. It's Seaguar's thinnest leader material yet. That means it's even less visible underwater and creates more natural presentations for better catch rates on leader-shy fish. With exceptional knot and tinsel strength, this advanced leader material is now available from 2-pound test for fishing trout in the Sierra to 80-pound test for big yellowfin in Guadalupe. Get Seaguar Gold Label at your favorite tackle dealer or learn more at seaguar.com.
Inside information is everything when it comes to catching fish in Southern California. You need a code group to connect with what's happening on the water. FishDope.com is your code group. Inside information available at your fingertips 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and burn less fuel. FishDope.com is the only fish finding service with a spotter plane, along with a crew of top anglers on the water almost every day that report actual locations and catches. They become your code group. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Catine, 365 days a year. FishDope.com has online planning tools, temperature and chlorophyll charts, hot bite icons, and more. Take it from me, if you don't have FishDope.com, you're not part of the in-the-know crowd. Membership is affordable and good for an entire year. Plus, use the special code and save $30 on a new FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. Spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at royalstarsportfishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
everyone has their go-to fishing spot. My spot is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. Rock Cod Rick here to say if you're looking for the ultimate Alaska experience and the best value in Alaska, it's Kingfisher Charters. Owner Seth Bone and his crew consistently deliver deluxe accommodations, the finest food, world-class fish processing, and top-of-the-line fishing experience. We've literally sent hundreds of our listeners to Kingfisher, and they all can't wait to go back. Most Alaska resorts make big promises, and they don't deliver, or they'll nickel and dime you to drive up the cost. But not Kingfisher. Everything is included. Your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, your gear. Literally all you need to bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. They also have the finest boats and charter captains in Sitka, all for the ultimate value. Take it from me, book your trip to Kingfisher Charters and you'll thank me. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136, or check kingfishercharters.com.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. And at your San Diego County Ford dealers, you can find yours with the Ford F-150. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, the power to choose between gas, hybrid, or all-electric is yours. Tough this mark can only be called F-150. Only at your San Diego County Ford dealers, they'll be glad to hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Okay, it's time to find out the big winners from the caller side, which was a brand new pair of Sueños Gray Mirror, brand new frame from Costa. A big congratulations.
That's the Sueño, right?
Yep,
This
that's
one right
Sueño.
here?
Pete's
Yep.
holding up to the
The ones
Facebook
that
and
look like
YouTube
the
audience.
mafioso guys?
I like them,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's going to John in Huntington Beach. And then from the texter side, a brand new pair of the Broadbill 2s with that brand new gold mirror lens, a beautiful pair of glasses. That's going to Bill in Leucadia. Congratulations, you guys. You are going to love
And
your
Bob's
new
going to
Costas.
ship those off to you this week. Thanks very much for that, Bob. Thanks for all your support of Let's Talk Hookup. And you are like the man.
You're the man,
I
dude.
had so much fun here.
Yeah. We got to come back more often.
Ricky's running the boat. We're catching fish.
We got the sounds of freedom in the background.
This is legendary.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, if somebody wants more Costa information, you'll be at PCS, right?
Yeah, PCS,
which
we'll
is
be
on March 6th through 9 at the at the Orange County Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa. That's like your
excited.
backyard.
I'm 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
10 minutes away.
Bob was when we did the PCS for the first time, Bob came to me and said, "How cool is the vibe at this show?" And that's exacect what it is, man.
Yeah.
It is the vibe, no
Really
doubt.
cool.
Can't wait.
Well, we have a great show for you tomorrow. We have Costa.com for more information on Costas, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Captain Matt Brawla and Captain Gavin Harbor from Captain's Concepts will be here tomorrow. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you tomorrow morning right back here on YouTube, Facebook Live, the Let's Talk Hookup app, and tomorrow morning back on 97.3 The Fan. See you then.